All right, so positioning on this one, we're gonna have basically the same side arm and the same side leg. They're gonna be working in unison. So we use the bottom, that's when we go for the press. Before we come back to that standing position, keeping that knee high, about hip height. Push it to the back foot. Just think the ball of the foot, not the heel. We drive through, we're standing as tall as we can. The main thing we're looking at, since we have a lot of unilateral work, is finding something to look at just to maintain balance the entire time through.
I think it really helps to squeeze my tush on my right side when I stand up.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, squeeze your butt as you push through on that standing leg to give you a lot more stability for the hips. All right, so we set for this one, feet together, squeezing the butt, standing tall. When we sit down to the outside, we plant it through that heel and then driving back up to the top. Now when we get to the bottom position of this one, that dumbbell's gonna be sitting on the outside of the hip. And we drive back feet together, that dumbbell goes to the outside overhead. So you see that diagonal pattern we're kind of mimicking the entire time through.
Is that where you exhale? At the top?
Yeah, at the top is exactly where you exhale. When you think you're coming down to the bottom, a deep breath in, hold that breath, try a little more trunk stability, driving back up. When we get to that bottom position, I want you to go flat back, big chest, just so we're not collapsing and rounding forward. All right, so we're setting up in a side plank position. We want to make sure we have the shoulder in line and stacked with the hand. We have a straight line from shoulders all the way down the heels. You look at our feet. We're gonna have the bottom leg forward, top leg back. What we're gonna do from here is keep this straight line all at the top, and then Danielle's gonna stretch and reach up overhead. And we're gonna maintain that position all the way through, again, creating this line. We're making sure the bottom end of here is kind of locked in. We're bracing, we're breathing. Now we're gonna have a hard time to get arm locked out. We have two options. We either come down to your elbow and hold the same positioning. From there, so make sure again that elbow stacked underneath the shoulder. Or we can end up doing this one on an elevated surface, kind of relieve some of the body weight while we hold.
I guess we can put the knee down too, right?
And yes, exactly. You have the option to put down the knee. So there's lots of variations to go through to go through this movement. All right, so we're setting this an RDL and bent over row. So position, we set for this one standing tall each and every time through. Notice it's going to be a straight line from her head all the way down to her hip. So there's no rounding going on. We're opening up her chest the entire time through. We're going to have soft knees when we hinge at those hips. Keep those elbows tight to the body. Think about squeeze like your mid-back when you set up for these. The main thing is like hand position wise, you notice she's going about like knee height, maybe right below that before coming up to that top position. Each and every time we're resetting. So if you're focused on your breathing and your bracing on this one, I think you're taking a deep breath in at the top, inhale, hold, before descending down to the bottom. Go through that hold, exactly, exhaling as we row. Take a deep breath in, and exhaling at the top. So I think you take about 2 breaths per rep each and every time through.